Whispers in the shadows. The new semester at St. Sebastian College had just begun, and 6 friends, Aryan, Kiran, Riya, Sumarth, Pooja, and Vikram had managed to get rooms together in Block D of the college hostel. The building was old, with peeling walls and an unsettling chill that hung in the air, even during the summer months. Stories about Block D being haunted had circulated for years, but most students dismissed them as nothing more than campfire tales meant to scare newcomers. As they walked through the narrow hallway toward their rooms, Arian couldn't shake off the feeling that someone was watching them. The flickering fluorescent lights overhead did little to help. Every step they took echoed, as if the walls themselves were breathing. "This place feels off," Riya whispered, clutching her bag tightly. Sumarth, always the joker, smirked. "Relax, Riya. It's just old. Probably some bad wiring making the lights flicker. Nothing haunted here." They reached their rooms, 2 side by side. Vikram and Aryan shared one room with Kiran, while Riya, Sumarth, and Pooja took the next. They unpacked quickly and decided to explore the campus. As they stepped out, the janitor, a hunched old man with hollow eyes, stared at them. "Block D," he muttered. "Be careful. She doesn't like new guests." Before any of them could ask who she was, the janitor shuffled away, leaving an icy silence behind him. Later that night, the 6 friends gathered in Riya's room for a small welcome party. They laughed, played music, and joked about the janitor's cryptic warning. By midnight, the party wound down, and they returned to their respective rooms. It was around 3 a.m. when Arian woke up to a soft tapping sound. He sat up in bed, listening carefully. The sound came from the window. He slowly approached it and peeked through the curtain, but there was nothing outside, just darkness. As he turned back toward his bed, he saw a shadowy figure standing at the foot of Kieran's bed. "Arian." Kieran's voice was groggy. "What are you doing?" Arian blinked, and the figure was gone. "Nothing. Thought I heard something," he mumbled, crawling back into bed. Sleep, however, eluded him. The next day, Arian shared his experience with the others over breakfast. While most shrugged it off, Riya looked visibly disturbed. "I heard whispers last night," she confessed. "At first, I thought it was one of you guys messing around. But when I checked, there was no one in the hall." Sumarth chuckled. "Maybe the janitor's ghost friend is checking us out." "You're not funny, Sam," Pooja snapped. "Something is wrong here." Despite their unease, the day passed without incident. It wasn't until the second night that things escalated. Pooja woke up to the sound of someone crying. The noise was faint but persistent, echoing from the direction of the communal bathroom. She nudged Riya awake. "Do you hear that?" Riya listened for a moment, her face paling. They decided to check it out together. Armed with a flashlight, they tiptoed down the hallway. The bathroom door was slightly ajar, creaking as it swayed. "Hello," Pooja called out. The crying stopped abruptly. The 2 girls exchanged nervous glances and turned to leave. But as they did, the bathroom door slammed shut with a deafening bang, and a guttural voice whispered, "Leave." The following morning, Pooja was inconsolable. She insisted on leaving the hostel immediately, but the warden brushed off her concerns, citing exam schedules. By nightfall, the atmosphere in Block D was suffocating. Vikram, trying to lighten the mood, suggested a movie night. They all gathered in his room, but halfway through the film, the power cut out, plunging the room into darkness. "Damn it," Vikram cursed, fumbling for his phone's flashlight. As the light illuminated the room, they noticed something chilling. Handprints smeared across the walls, as if made by something clawing its way out. Then the screams began. They rushed out into the hallway to find Kiran convulsing on the floor, his eyes rolled back, murmuring incoherently. When Arian tried to hold him down, Kieran suddenly stopped, his body going limp. The paramedics arrived too late. The doctor said it was a seizure, but Arian knew better. The shadows in the room had grown darker that night. Desperate for answers, the remaining friends decided to investigate the hostel's history. They sneaked into the archives and found an old newspaper clipping from 1985. Student found dead in Block D after ritual gone wrong. The article detailed a girl named Mira, who had dabbled in occult practices and died under mysterious circumstances. Her spirit, according to legend, still haunted the hostel, seeking revenge. "It's her," Rial whispered. The janitor was talking about Mira. "We need to leave," Arian said firmly. "Now." Their decision to leave came too late. That night, some earth went missing. They found his body the next morning in the common room, his face contorted in terror. Scribbled across the walls in what looked like blood were the words, "You were warned." Pooja broke down, her sanity unraveling. Arian and Riya tried to keep the group together, but it was clear the entity was picking them off one by one. They devised a desperate plan to perform a cleansing ritual. Vikram, the most skeptical of the group, reluctantly agreed. As they began the ritual, the temperature in the room plummeted. The candles flickered wildly, and a shrill, inhuman scream filled the air. Suddenly, the door burst open, and a shadowy figure emerged. The friends held hands, chanting desperately. The figure lunged at Vikram, dragging him into the darkness. When morning came, the surviving three, Arian, Riya, and Pooja, were found by the hostel staff, huddled together in a corner, their faces pale with shock. Vikram's body was never recovered. The administration declared Block D off limits, citing structural issues. But the students knew better. The block was sealed, and rumors spread like wildfire. No one dared to step foot near it again. Years later, the legend of Mira and the doomed students of Block D remained a cautionary tale for newcomers. Arian and Rial left St. Sebastian College, haunted not just by what they saw, but by the friends they lost. And sometimes on quiet nights, when the wind blows just right, you can still hear the whispers in Block D. Block D never rests.